There is more news this morning about Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA. What's gone on now? It
is a story, it's the front of the Telegraph today, and it was while he was General Secretary of UEFA, and the story is that UEFA paid off an alleged mistress of Gianni Infantino. It was a six-figure sum. She worked there, she was a younger employee. He denies all the allegations. She then left and was also paid to complete an MBA. Yeah. Matters came to a head when Michel Platini, the head of UEFA at the time, found out what was going on, and according to this report, it almost cost Infantino his career at UEFA at the time, but the employee was paid to leave. Right. We've got statements from both UEFA and FIFA this morning. So in a statement to Sky News, UEFA said this: we are aware the allegations, and can confirm a departure payment was made to the individual in question, coupled with the payment of fees for an MBA course at a local business school. The payment was in line with the regulations that existed for departing staff at the time. Now, a FIFA spokesperson has also reacted to the claims, telling Sky, FIFA President Gianni Infantino strongly denies these allegations and they are categorically untrue. No employee at UEFA and FIFA has ever raised a complaint regarding Mr Infantino's behaviour because there never was an incident where he was involved.
So the FIFA statement, they're talking about no incident being involved. UEFA saying that an individual was paid to leave and paid for this course. So
yes, they haven't named the person in the article, but it seems they do know who the person is, and UEFA have confirmed.
So what it means is the pressure is still on Gianni Infantino.
Yeah, I think that, bit by bit, there's sort of more and more pressure building. But at the same time, the longer it goes on and the longer it goes between him dropping that very controversial plan to sell off parts of FIFA's commercial enterprises to private equity, and the bigger the space between that and the new elections in March, when he stands for re-election, I think the sort of safer he becomes in a way, and more emboldened he becomes. He certainly, while there has been a lot of negative publicity around all of this, there's definitely been a lot of positives for him as well, and a lot of countries coming out saying we still back him, we still give him our support. Countries, particularly in Africa, the CAF countries, who have been given, lots of money through Gianni Infantino's FIFA to build football and develop
big
football,
differences there, hasn't it,
and made big differences in their country. So he has a loyal base of voters. I mean, there was this week the sort of select management meeting, I would call it, in Morocco, not at FIFA's headquarters in Switzerland, but in the one in Morocco. And it was, I guess, the numbers of people, I think you put it well by saying the people he could work with, that work with him, and that were the least critical. And he sort of said, yes, mistakes were made with the announcement of these plans, which have now been dropped, but we've kind of all moved on, and we're all friends. And certainly he was pictured with his Secretary General in the stands watching a women's football match, and they were all laughing together and all looked, quite chummy. But there were a lot of people not at that meeting, not invited to that meeting. So you can read between the lines, there at FIFA, that perhaps there are some divisions there. But in terms of what actually matters, it's votes. Can he get enough votes in that March election? He is not going to give this job up easily. He is not going to resign. He's not going to walk away. He is the president of FIFA, and he is treated like a president of a country. There are private jets, there are limousines and, security guards and all of that. I mean, for example, yesterday, he was in Colombia at the inauguration of the new Colombian president, invited by the head of CONMEBOL, which is the South American Confederation of Football Countries, who is Colombian. And he was invited by him for the presidential election, the actual president of the country. Wow. And he was there, and Colombia said, we stand right behind Gianni. So there's another vote that's come out, in support of him.
And yet that UEFA boycott threat stays in place.
But the UEFA boycott threat stays in place, and there are competition's coming up very quickly, and it will affect them, and we'll see how, if they stand firm, basically.